Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Tilo Mad coming at you with another video, and we got an exciting video for y'all. So, what we're doing today is we're going to be talking about 5 characters from Legends that we would really want to come to the game. However, this is going to be a collab video with Calvin Awesome. Say what's up, Calvin.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
And we actually are going to be doing a video on his channel. His is part one, talking about canon characters that we want to come to the game. But in this video, we're going to be talking about Legends characters, and it's going to be a fun one. So go ahead, Calvin, take it off.
All right, so yeah, this is gonna be a very fun one because I learned a lot in this one as well, with Tilo kind of being the lore master. Anyone who has watched the Mad Awesome show, they know that. That being said, the first character that we would like to see from Legends in Galaxy of Heroes is going to be none other than what is his official title? Because he switches between a lot of things. Kade Skywalker.
Yeah, definitely Kade Skywalker is like his main name.
So the reason why I had to kind of ask, what is his name is because he switches between quite a few factions. How would you like to see him manifest himself in the game?
Um, like you said, he switches between a lot of factions, Jedi, even at Sith at times, even Scoundrel, Bounty Hunter. But I think the overall main essence of Cade would definitely be Jedi for sure.
So would he be his own Jedi leader? Would he, kind of do what Jedi Knight Luke does, where he's, a Jedi that didn't really train with anyone else or very few people, but he gets thrown on all these random different teams?
I could see him kind of going into the fold, not being a leader, but helping the team out. The cool thing about Kate Skywalker is he had the ability way before Episode 9, where Rey and Kylo had the ability to actually save people from dying. He was an extremely proficient Jedi healer. It was something that came very natural to him. It was quite interesting because he was involved with the second Jedi Purge, where his father died and even his master died, which was his father's apprentice. His master dies and he brings him back to life because he has that unique ability just by himself. So I could definitely see him having that in game, something on the vein of Joe Lee. But instead of where Joe Lee is tanky and able to do that, I could see him being an attacker with the ability to revive some Jedi.
Oh, that'd be pretty nasty, that combo. It would make him a
Yeah.
pretty good target, but maybe we would have some way to, maybe we'd have a lot of stealth synergy or something like that, where he could work around to not being everyone's favorite target the whole time.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see that. He's definitely a sleazy character at times, so I could definitely see him going into stealth. He's been a drug addict before, a scoundrel, that bounty hunter type, so I could definitely see him having stealth in his kit as well.
All right, this next one I like a lot, and I think it would go really, really well into our game given what's happened in the last year, and that is Proxy, man. So, for those of you who don't know, Proxy is pretty much the personal droid of Galen Merrick, also known as Starkiller. So this is the character that we already have in game. It's a game that we've already pulled from being Forced Unleashed, and he would be able, I think, to do maybe some kind of random thing in droid teams. But Chilo, you had a really good idea of what he could do for Starkiller.
Yeah, no. When we're introduced to Proxy, we show him being able to train with Starkiller, but being able to take forms of Sith and Jedi of the past. We see him with Obi-Wan.
Yep.
We see him take the form of Maul. What I would really want for Starkiller or Proxy in game is to be able to be on a Starkiller team and be able to take a random role. So, say if you have a Jedi, you have a Sith, and a dark side unaligned Force user, but you don't have a light side underlying Force user. You could plug in Proxy into the team and he would take on that requirement. So you can have the full requirement for Starkiller. And that would do with any of the requirements, Jedi, Sith. And we talked about this a little bit. I think it would be really cool if once he plugged in for, say, a Jedi or a Sith, he would take on the character from that game. So if he plugs into a Jedi, he would be Ron Koda. If he plugs into the Sith, say he turns into Darth Vader with the battle damage and vice versa. I think we would be really cool addition to the game. Definitely a lengthy kit, but really cool.
Oh, and I don't think they have to go too extreme with it. It can kind of be like 3PO, where he does, his 5 basic things. But if he is the Sith in this particular battle, he also gets these 3 buffs, and he gets Turn Mirror in this circumstance. Or if he is the Jedi, then he does get Taunt, he does get crit immunity. They could vary it up a little bit. I think it could be a really, really fun addition. But Next up, Teal, this is a big one. We did not touch this on either my video or in your video yet, but this is a Galactic Legend level character, and that is going to be uh, Vitiate, or I guess you could explain who he is in general.
Yeah, Vicia is probably pound for pound one of the best Sith of all time. You can have the argument it's Palpatine or Vicia, and a lot of people will pick Vicia. Vicia definitely deserves the title of a Galactic Legend. Multiple titles to itself. You could have Valkyrion, you could have Vicia, Tenebris, Sith Empire. Doesn't matter what it is, it's going to be powerful. In game, obviously, we talked about him being a Galactic Legend, but I could definitely see something to the vein of him having a force taunt where he has to be able to attack. And one of the cool features of Vitiate is he transfers his essence to another body. So what would be really cool is once you defeat Vitiate, he takes on the other Sith on your team, where you're forced to attack them. But at the same time, him taking over that body, he increases their stats. I think that would be a really cool concept for a GL.
Oh, that would be, honestly, that would be really broken with a lot of the Sith.
Yeah, especially Tex. I think Tex plus all the damage that he would provide, that could be a nasty combination.
Well, and I wouldn't want them to do this just because I wouldn't want my Omicrons to go to waste. But another place that he could have as this Galactic Legend, but where he fits in, is he would be the Sith Empire's new leader, and they would, I don't think they're going to do this because the kid doesn't really look that way, but where Malgus is his conquest character, where if Malgus is there, he gets, they slightly rework Malgus' kit so that if he's under Vitiate, then a bunch of really broken stuff happens, similar to kind of how we have with Cat, with JMK, and as well as with Maul. So definitely, there's a lot they could do there if they really wanted to dig into him.
Oh, yeah.
And next, and this is going to be, the next one I think is going to be, I think actually should come to the game. So a lot of these, obviously, we want to come to the game because they're cool. But this is one that I think the game would really benefit from. CG would benefit from bringing this character in. And that is going to be Mandalore the Preserver. So, Tilo, what would you think about Mandalore Preserver coming to the game?
I think it's a necessity to the game, especially for all those people that have Lord Vader. You want to have Maul on your squad, but by taking Maul off, you don't leave them a viable leader. Yes, you have Armorer, but it's not the greatest of leaderships, and that's where Mandalore the Preserver would come in.
And I think Mandalorians finally need to get over themselves and actually get a taunting tank. Like we have like these pseudo tank abilities that come through Maul and Bo-Katan, and they function, but anytime you don't use one of those two leads in any other lineup, they can't really do anything. So I think it would be cool if he came in and, like you said, he would be the replacement for Maul. And ultimately, what he would probably be in the long run is he's going to be a requirement for Mitra Surik, who would be, a revitalized version of the Jedi Knight Revan lead or something like that. But yeah, I think being a taunting tank and then also somehow adding just a ton of damage to Mandalorians, or maybe they can give him stacking stats or something like that with Canderous because of the connection there that I guess something I won't spoil that happened 20 years ago, but yeah, I think it'd be a really, really fun character to come to the game. And that brings us to our last final character here, who's a pretty big deal, and we've already mentioned one Sith, but this is probably the next biggest deal: Darth Bane.
Oh man, if they put Darth Bane into the game, I would be so excited. Probably my favorite Sith of all time. Yes, he's probably not as powerful as Palpatine and Vicia, but he's just a cool Jedi. And we talked about his abilities in game. He is the the founder of the Rule of Two. So what better way to have him in game is to have him in the same vein as Wampa, increase stats when you only have two Sith. So that would be extremely cool. Also, like Fennec, like you brought out when we were talking about this character, but I really thought maybe you could bring in Darth Zana, his apprentice, but an even better way to really help the game and help some of these existing characters is have any Sith in game be able to go with him, and he increases their stats and their viability, and really just makes them a powerhouse.
Yeah, and they could do a fun thing, kind of what they do with Bastila Shan Fallen and Darth Revan, where Bastila Shan Fallen, if whatever leader is in the leader spot, they're gonna get X, Y, and Z. But if it's Darth Revan, he gets X, Y, and Z and ABC. So I think that would be something really cool they could do with Darth Bane, where, like you said, if they have Darth, you said her name was, is it Zane or Xana?
Xana.
There it is. Like, you know, she would get XYZ and ABC, like all those, you know, broken abilities, and they could go beyond stats. They could be, you know, whenever this character takes a turn, a random enemy is inflicted with invulnerable and stun or something like that. I don't know. But something where they could really control the field, or they could even have, I think it would be really cool, is if they had a ton of both anti-Jedi and Sith abilities, because, you know, it really reflects that of his role in lore was not only, you know, being adverse to the Jedi, but also cleansing the Sith in a way to only produce what is absolutely best.
One of my favorite moments in the book series is when they have the thought bomb, where he destroys all the Sith on that planet and the Jedi. So what would be really cool, maybe in game, is that they're slowly building the thought bomb, almost like a passive ability. But if the battle kind of finds itself in a position where the thought bot is at 100%, it blows up the whole entire team on the opposite side. I think that would kind of be cool.
All right, yeah, that's, I mean, getting more of those level characters in, I think he has a little bit of room to be, not quite Galactic Legend power, but like just right underneath it, kind of where we see Cat and Maul at, just to fill those ranks a little bit, because we talked about this before. It's hard to get Sith in the game that aren't just all Vicious or Palpatine, like, 'cause there's so many powerful, especially in Legends, just like game-ending powerful Sith.
Yeah, we definitely need that class of Maul, Gas, Ahsoka type level Sith.
All right, well, Tilo, I think that is going to wrap it up. Again, if you guys want to go over and check out my video where we did the same exact thing, but videos from, or not videos, but characters from canon, please do check it out. Hopefully Tilo will get either a card or my link in the description. I'm sure he will. But yeah, that sums up for me. I'd like you guys to say awesome, but this is Tilo's show.
No, it's the same thing, exactly what Calvin said. Make sure you go check out the initial video with the canon characters, and would appreciate the support. So if you could definitely hit that like button and sub to the channel, I would appreciate it. And until next time. So see you guys.
Stay awesome.
Bye, Felicia.